Bridger Western's Vampire was highly anticipated by its community prior to its release. It was promised to have unique attainment, to have satisfying progression, and above all else, to actually be fun to play as and to play against. But by the title of the video, you already know they missed all of these marks. Here's what went wrong with Bridger Western's Vampire, and also how to fix it. Leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed. For those that don't know, Vampire is obtained by defeating a boss that is summoned through the Meteor Shard item. The item is obtained as a rare drop from safes and fishing. So what's the problem with this obtainment? I'm not going to say that this obtainment is the worst. It's definitely a step in the right direction compared to the obtainment of Spin, Tusk, D4C, but it's still not amazing. Roblox, the owner of Bridger Western, before releasing the update said, and I quote, "We tried to make these newer obtainment methods way less RNG to before. And I'm not going to pretend that Meteor Shard is the hardest item to get in the game. I got one after about 10 minutes from safes. But the fact is, Brulax said he wanted to move away from RNG obtainment. The Meteor Shard is an RNG item, so he just completely contradicted himself with this. What's worse is the boss isn't easy, especially if you don't have a humanoid stand, another RNG aspect of this game. So if you lose to this boss, which you probably will on your first or second try, you need to farm for the Meteor Shard again. With the random nature of RNG, you might not get one in 10 minutes like I did. It might take you an hour. Overall, Vampire obtainment's pretty bad, albeit there's worse, Spin, D4C Tusk, but this is amazing compared to what's coming next.
Shit in a kettle. Boiling shit. Actual shit, like boiling poo.
In all the Roblox anime games I've played, none of them have had as bad progression as Vampire progression, even type Soul. Vampire doesn't use the game's XP system. Instead, you level up by completing quests for the core. There's 4 levels/tiers for Vampire, with each requiring more quests completed than the last to level up. This wouldn't be so bad if it wasn't for the Blood Vial system. Blood Vials act as the quest starter item. To talk to the core, you need 3 Blood Vials, with the amount needed increasing as you level. To get blood vials, you talk to an NPC in the Vampire Cave, and to get a blood vial, you need to fill your blood bar, which is done by using the blood sucking move Vampire has. The issue with the blood vial system is that due to the quantity required and the fact that they are lost on death, it is not feasible to leave the Vampire Cave, find a human to bloodsuck, return, and talk to the NPC at minimum of 3 times. So what you will see happening is vampires will crowd around the NPCs, taking turns bloodsucking each other. The issue is your own blood bar is drained when others bloodsuck you, so not everyone is going to be able to get enough blood for blood vials. And if you bloodsuck a tier 4 who has nothing better to do, you better start praying to God he doesn't one-tap you. Keep in mind, using an alt for blood is bannable according to the devs. Why? Once you finally got your quest from your blood vials, there's no guarantee you get one feasible of completion. Some are extremely tedious and some can be flat out impossible. For example, the envelope delivery quest. You have to deliver an envelope to a specific NPC. The game gives you no information on where this NPC could possibly be in game, and the only way to know is to look it up online. The issue with this quest is the sheer distance that must be traveled, and that the sun can kill you while you are searching. Another quest that can be impossible is the target quest. The quest assigns a random player as your target, and you have to kill them. I consider this quest to be fun, but it's extremely dependent on your target. If your target is someone in a gang, you might as well reset. If your target is a bacon hair, good luck finding that exploiter, or your target could just leave, and you have to collect blood vials all over again. Also, the game gives you no hint to where this target is. They could have easily reused the bounty system pings, but I'd be expecting too much of these devs. One quest that is just annoying is the Cripple Their Wealth quest. You need to complete the bank robbery, which requires you to cross the map 3 times. Once to buy the dynamite, once to arrive at the bank, and once to turn in the money. And sometimes, the bank will not give you enough money and you have to repeat the robbery. Overall, the system of attaining a quest and the quest themselves are complete fucking AIDS. What is the reward for completing your quest? Nothing. For each tier, the required amount of quest raises, and the amount is random per person. Okay, now you finally leveled up. What did it get you? A random move, and if it's not the good one, you need to re-roll blood vials. Overall, I found this part of Vampire to be the absolute worst aspect of it. From the blood vials to the terrible quests, you can tell the devs never actually progressed through the tiers themselves, and just used admin to give themselves tier 4. It's amazing how they managed to make Vampire feel like dog shit to play against and dog shit to play as simultaneously. On the opposing side, Vampire can feel like they have infinite health. They have rapid regeneration from their blood bar and can consume blood vials to refill their blood during fights. D4C vampires can suck from their own clones to regenerate their blood. Did the devs learn nothing from YBA? Also, vampire mobility is so insane that should a vampire ever somehow fall below half health, they can run away with an arsenal of mobility. A vampire bat swarm move that can scale mountains, the ability to parkour like Assassin's Creed, and not to mention stand mobility. Stands are infinitely stronger than hands of vampire. They can rapidly close distance and combo with their vampire moves and M1s. Not to mention the brief period where being vampire buffed time stop duration to 9 seconds, allowing for the easiest, most brain dead one-shots in the game. From the vampire perspective, they are easily melted by the various silver bullet talents. Landing both double barrel shots with the silver bullets will leave vampires on red HP. Vampires cannot do anything if someone is running away on horse. The sun will instantly melt vampires. On the Discord, you will see both sides saying the same thing. My side is too weak against their side, and while you could chalk these opinions down to someone wanting their side to be stronger, which might be true to an extent, but both sides have valid arguments that make human and vampire feel like shit against their counterpart. Silver bullets, infinite HP mobility. Now I've presented all of these problems to you. What are the solutions? For Obtainment, I think this would be easiest to fix. Remove the meteor shard requirement. Make it so you can challenge the boss without the meteor shards, and make it so that it teleports you to an instant server so you don't have lag. Also, make it so that you can spawn the boss with the meteor shard still, but it'll buff the boss and it will give a great reward if you beat the boss. I think this would make it a lot more interesting, give people a reason to fight the boss other than just obtaining vampire. For progression, remove the blood vials entirely. Remove the delivery quest, remove the robbery quest, add a way for vampires to track their target in the target quests. Maybe add a TP similar to Voidwalker for this quest. I feel like this would make it a lot more fluid, a lot more fun and interesting. When you level up, I think there should be a choice of 3 moves. Add a storyline with a quest line to actually make it feel like progression, because right now, it just feels like you're doing shit. It feels like you're just running around, just doing random shit. There's not really progression. It doesn't feel like you're part of the world. You're just doing stuff to get tier 4 vampire. And make it so that max vampires can take quests and have the reward be a chest, because once you get max vampire, there's literally nothing to do. For balancing, this is probably the hardest to get right. These are just some suggestions. I'm not saying my suggestions are perfect, but these are just some ideas I had. So I think we should make vampires have similar health to humans. So hear me out. They already have extremely strong mobility. This makes it really hard for humans to land their shots, and especially in this game where the gun system is quite unique and some might say kind of shit, this would make vampire a lot more balanced against guns. To balance it out, I would honestly just remove silver bullets. The silver bullet mechanic is just actually shit. It just punishes people who don't play the game, who don't have the money to buy silver bullets. Mind you, it costs you 70 silver to get, I think it's 10 silver bullets, which means for a full fight, you're gonna have to spend about 200 silver every single time you want to fight a vampire. I also think we should revert the vampire damage nerf if we're gonna reduce the health of vampires. Right now they do about 15 damage, I believe, per M1 at tier 4, which is quite little. It's very easily to out heal this with tonics. I think they should increase the damage of these M1s again. I also think we should reduce vampire mobility at lower health. The amount of mobility vampires have make them literally impossible to catch as a human. I also think we should increase stamina usage from stand moves to encourage the use of vamp moves and lessen the amount of one-shot combos. Right now, the most broken aspect of vampire, I would say, from the human perspective, is the one-shot combos. It's extremely easy. You could take pretty much any stand in the game and create a one-shot combo using the variety of vampire moves. And while as vampire, it feels really good to land these combos just feel completely unfair if you get hit by them as a human. Because you have much less mobility, it's very easy for the vampires to use their higher mobility to land these moves on you. So I think a way they could fix this is make it so that stand moves, specifically on vampire, maybe they use 1.5 times, maybe 2 times the stamina, because especially Vampire the World, it's completely broken. That G move, that grab, it's so easy for them to combo with it. The time stop on top of it, the world, the time stop stands, There's too much broken shit with Vampire. It's way too easy to come up with a broken ass build of Vampire. These are just suggestions though. My suggestions aren't perfect. I bet you could find flaws in all of them. The balancing of Vampire is always going to be difficult because now they've created an asymmetrical system, and every asymmetrical video game I can think of at least is never balanced. It's never been balanced. It's always been issues on both sides. One side is always stronger than the other in some way. So overall, I don't think Vampire is doomed, but it's also not in a great place right now. The obtainment, the progression, the balancing, these are all major issues that make Vampire feel like dog shit. It feels that the devs are amateurs, but I feel like it's not impossible to fix it. I really do hope the devs look at this video and actually listen to my feedback. They don't have to do exactly what I said. And yeah, that's pretty much it. If you enjoyed, like, subscribe, join my Discord if you have anything to say. I'll probably respond to you. And yeah, thanks for watching.